But we're probably going to start off on a pretty somber note here, because just a very sad, strange, weird day here in America. And I know all of our viewers are not in America, so forgive the bias here. But Charlie Kirk, American political pundit, obviously kind of a Republican conservative influencer guy, 31 years old, was just assassinated. I mean, the word came down that he did in fact pass away from this shooting and I forget the name of it's a small college in Utah that he was speaking at today. And it's just insane. I think everybody's just in complete shock. I wanted to welcome in the chat before I got everybody down, but Pookie Doo, no way to really transition into that. Welcome you into the show. Philly, Valiant Low Key, Mike Crypt, Tam Tam, hello, my lovelies to you. Duke of Booze, always appreciate you being here as well. Thank you all for being here. Hit the like. We appreciate you guys being here. We do this every Wednesday at 6:30. Philly. Yeah, I mean, and Ewok, I'm going to shoot it over to you here, but this is my sentiment pretty much exactly. Ewok and I are both fathers, and yeah, I think it hits different when you do have kids. It's just crazy, but we're not going to spend the whole show on this. We'll get to the crypto and try to feel good here, but this just happened 3 hours ago. So I mean, we're kind of freshly processing this. So Ewok, what do you make of this situation? I guess just as the rest of the headline, they thought they had arrested, and who knows what's real and what's not, as usual with this kind of stuff, but they thought that they had arrested the shooter. They had somebody in custody. From what I heard earlier, they apparently let that person go, and they were not the shooter, and they are still at large, which is not inspiring. There apparently is some video out there now of what looks to be the shooter posted up on top of the roof across the way, not dissimilar to what we saw, a couple Julys ago when Donald Trump was just outside Pittsburgh, PA. But yeah, what do you make of this news? I mean, just crazy.
It's just horrific. And, I was telling you before we started the stream, I was like, it's very, very ironic that his last Twitter X post mentioned the politicalness of the murder of the Ukrainian girl, Irina, I forget her last name, but and how things have become so politicized, and it's just awful. Any time that it becomes, I mean, any killing is awful. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't want to underscore or overshadow the school shootings, things like that happen all the time. But those are just deranged people, obviously. They all are. Anybody that would commit a crime like that has got some problems. But yeah, when it becomes politicized because you don't agree with somebody's political views, what's it come to, man? I mean, we're all free to have an opinion, and that's kind of why America is supposed to be great for that. And when you don't even have that freedom now to speak in a public forum, and somebody, you for fear that somebody's going to try and take you out because they don't agree with your opinion, it's just terrible. So I do feel for his family, his kids. Young guy. He was born in 93. I mean,
just 31,
just a kid, unfortunately, who had a lot going for him, and just sad.
Conspiracy Crypto, same here. Accidentally saw the video while scrolling. It really shook me up. No one deserves that. Yeah, crazy day and I'm not blaming anybody for this. It just is what it is. I was just talking to a person close to me about this. Like when we were kids, you kind of had to search out for this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like I remember back in the day, all the teenagers going to like facesofhell.com, and you see weird crap or whatever. You just pop open Twitter and there's an assassination.
Faces of death.
Yeah, there you go. And I think there's been an effort made to get them removed, because I mean, and I don't know. I mean, whatever. I don't want to get into that. It's about whether that's censorship or not. I mean, I just don't think that that's a great thing for people to see.
Yeah.
Especially when children can access the app and stuff. I mean, it's
Sure.
just like I know the stuff that my son sees, just the way he is, just the way he looks around the internet. He could easily accidentally run into something like that, and it's just scary to think of. But
yeah, I'm gonna share this last
yeah.
post and read it. And it says, if we want things to change, it's 100% necessary to politicize the senselessness murder of Arena Zarutska, because it was politics that allowed her, a savage monster with 14 priors, to be free on the streets to kill her. And yeah, that was his last tweet, at 1:34 Eastern. And I think it happened at like 3 something.
Right around there. Yeah.
So yeah, that's
yeah.
The irony is deep.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of words for it. Obviously, there's many people covering it. I think we're certainly not the people that are going to provide the most awe-inspiring commentary on it. I don't think, other than just what we feel. And it sucks. And again, we could have seen this happen with Trump just a year and a half ago or whatever that was, and now we are seeing it happen here with Charlie Kirk. And I think most of all, it's just scary that this is happening and can happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, I totally agree. I mean, like, you think about it. I was thinking about this earlier. Think about like maybe some of the politicians that we vehemently oppose. I think probably somebody like Elizabeth Warren is number one on our disagree with list when it comes to being crypto people. I wouldn't celebrate her or anybody's death. I mean, that's an entirely different issue than just completely disagreeing with somebody on something. So, I mean, in a way, it's really pathetic because, a guy like Charlie is out there willingly going in front of all these people, defenseless. I mean, I'm sure there's security, but him himself defenseless, debating, like doing what we should do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like with seemingly willing participants that are on the other side of the aisle or other side of the conversation that are wanting to engage with this as well. And kudos to them for wanting to do it, and that's a good thing, I believe. This wasn't like he was a guy posted up on a street corner at a university randomly uninvited, imposing his will. This is a tour that was sanctioned by the university, that there was a setup for. And
you see a lot of those debates online. You scroll through the YouTube shorts or whatever they are, and there's always cuts of different conversations he's having with people. Never hostile, never, it's always good discourse. At least, he's providing reasons why he disagrees, and it doesn't get heated or out of hand. I've never seen him, get that way with any of the people that have, vehemently disagreed with him or opposed him. He's always been cool, calm, collected. And, it's just, like I said, sad to see that somebody that disagrees with him that much decided to take him out. So,
well, and as usual, as you and I were speculating off air, which probably isn't a great idea to speculate, but it never in these cases seems like it's some random, lesser equipped individual just in the crowd. I mean, these things are usually a little bit more coordinated, I guess, shall we say? And I guess we'll find. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's known that the person was on the roof. So I don't know what happened there, but it's a shame, and I guess we'll see to dig our way out of it. But I mean, to kind of, remember what the backbone of like our country professes to be is people being free, having liberty to pursue what they want to pursue. I know not everybody always feels like that is the case, whether it really isn't the case for them or they are just victims. Of course, there's plenty of both of that, but it's a big reason, not to like turn this into a crypto thing for our show. And we'll get to what Richard Hart said about the issue here, but it's another one of the big reasons, other than, you want to make money, that we advocate for cryptocurrency, because this is for everyone. It's not for Republicans. It's not for Democrats. It's not for libertarians. whoever you are, like, we welcome you to the blockchain. We welcome you to crypto. Everybody should have the freedom to transact, not be spied on by their government, and have freedom of movement, do the things that they want to do. And I would say that to the wokest of woke liberal. I would say it to the staunchest conservative Catholic. I mean, yeah, it just sucks that stuff like this is happening. But yeah, what do we have RH chiming in on this?
Yeah, he said, I don't know how to reach Charlie Kirk's family, but I'd love to give them $10,000 if they have a real verifiable address on the network of their choice. He says if you donate to his 501c3, the funds by law have to go to the nonprofit's mission. It's quite unlikely that the 501c3's mission is to fund the family of the executives of the nonprofit. So I don't see a way that his family would benefit from the donations to charity. So yeah, Richard put out feelers to try and get some money donated to the family as well. So that was, I thought, commendable.
Definitely good. Yeah. And Richard was kind of on it, posting about this as it happened as well, just as he was whenever the attempt on Trump's life was made too. And cool to see him out there, trying to give whatever gesture he can. I mean, I'm sure the family is in utter shambles. So,
yeah, and I'm sure that's the last thing on their mind at this point. But eventually help pay for services. I'm sure they're not hurting for it, but again,
yeah,
it was a kind gesture.
Yeah. And yeah, no easy way to transition out of it. I mean, we'll see what the news is on this in the coming days. I mean, everybody's obviously going to be tuned in about it. One thing I will say, and I'm a total advocate for, is the further decentralization of the media that we consume. And again, I can only speak for this country. I don't know exactly how it is everywhere else. I know it's probably similar, but these major networks covering this and some of the pontificating and the horrible things that people are saying, I'm just not a fan of legacy media in any way, shape, or form. And of course, It's not like it's just them. Like, you're going to get, and I've already seen it, there's people on X that even yesterday were like making threats like on his life that I'm sure they're going to be doxxed and their life is probably now ruined. But just the mainstream coverage of stuff like this, I'm just so glad that empire is coming to an end, is all I have to say. Yeah.
Yep. Somebody said it earlier that, you have to get to the head of the snake. And it, a lot of times that kind of points back to Soros.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's, everybody on here is pretty awake. I mean, most people obviously watching this show are not going to watch those legacy types of channels for that kind of content. So we'll see what comes out in the coming days. True shame. So rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Thoughts obviously with the family and especially his kids. And we'll just see where we go from here. So